Your Bitcoin's just sitting there, isn't it? Maybe in a hardware wallet, gathering digital dust. Like gold bars in a vault, secure, valuable, but ultimately, static. What if you could put that Bitcoin to work? Make it generate more Bitcoin, actively growing your stack without just waiting for the price to hopefully moon? Forget just HODLing. Welcome to the burgeoning, slightly chaotic, and potentially lucrative world of Bitcoin Layer 2s. The ecosystem emerging right now in 2025 designed to finally make Bitcoin productive. But can these solutions really grow your BTC faster, or is it just another crypto casino loaded with hidden risks? Let's dive in. First, why do we even need Layer 2s for Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin's base layer, Layer 1, while incredibly secure and decentralized, is built like a fortress, and sometimes moves like one too. It's slow, processing only a handful of transactions per second. Transaction fees can get expensive, especially for small payments. And crucially, its smart contract capabilities are extremely limited compared to chains like Ethereum. This makes doing fancy stuff like DeFi, decentralized finance, lending, borrowing, yield farming, practically impossible directly on Bitcoin L1. Bitcoin L1 is digital gold. It wasn't designed to be a hyperspeed financial playground. Enter the Layer 2 solutions. These are protocols built on top of the Bitcoin blockchain. They aim to inherit Bitcoin's security while enabling faster transactions, lower fees, and crucially, more complex functionalities like smart contracts. Think of them as adding high-speed rail networks and bustling financial districts onto the bedrock foundation of Bitcoin Island. This Bitcoin L2 ecosystem is rapidly evolving in 2025, presenting intriguing, if risky, opportunities to potentially grow your BTC holdings. Let's look at the main contenders. Contender number 1. Stacks, STX. Bitcoin's smart contract sidekick. Stacks is arguably the most prominent Bitcoin Layer 2 focused on bringing full smart contract functionality to the Bitcoin ecosystem. It runs parallel to Bitcoin, using a unique consensus mechanism called Proof of Transfer, or POX. But how does this help you grow your Bitcoin? Two main ways. First, and most directly, stacking STX for BTC yield. This is the killer app for many. Instead of staking Bitcoin itself, which isn't possible on L1, you can lock up the native Stacks token, STX, to help secure the Stacks network through the POX mechanism. In return for locking your STX, you earn rewards paid out directly in Bitcoin. Yes, you read that right. Hold STX, participate in consensus, get paid in BTC drawn from the BTC that STX miners spend to participate. It's one of the few native ways to earn a Bitcoin yield through network participation. Yields vary depending on network activity and participation rates, but it's a real, functioning mechanism happening now. Second, Bitcoin DeFi on Stacks. Because Stacks supports smart contracts, developers are building DeFi applications on Stacks. Think decentralized exchanges, like Alex or StackSwap, lending protocols, and potentially more complex financial products. This emerging BTCFI ecosystem allows you to potentially use your Bitcoin, often in a stacks-wrapped form like SBTC, to provide liquidity, lend it out, or engage in yield farming strategies within the stacks environment, earning fees or token rewards that could ultimately increase your overall crypto holdings, potentially convertible back to BTC. The Stacks Nakamoto upgrade, rolling out through 2025, aims to significantly increase speed and reliability, potentially boosting this DeFi activity. The risks? Standard DeFi risks apply: smart contract bugs, impermanent loss in liquidity pools, plus the volatility of the STX token itself if you're stacking. Contender number 2, the Lightning Network, faster payments, tiny yields? Lightning isn't about smart contracts. It's laser-focused on making Bitcoin payments instant and virtually free. It works by creating off-chain payment channels between users. Think of it like opening a bar tab. You can make many small transactions back and forth without settling every single one on the main Bitcoin blockchain until the tab is closed. This is revolutionary for using Bitcoin for everyday purchases, tipping, or microtransactions. Can you grow your BTC stack with Lightning? Technically, yes, but don't get too excited. You can run a Lightning routing node. By locking up some Bitcoin in payment channels and keeping your node online, you can help route payments for other users across the network. For this service, you earn tiny routing fees, paid in Satoshis, the smallest unit of Bitcoin. The potential? You're supporting the network's growth and earning a small, passive Bitcoin income. The reality check? Running a profitable routing node is hard. It requires technical expertise, significant capital locked in well-managed channels, constant monitoring, and even then, the fees earned are often minuscule unless you're a major routing hub. For the average user, this is more about participation and learning than a serious portfolio growth strategy in 2025. Lightning adoption is growing though, with major wallets and exchanges integrating it, increasing overall network utility. Beyond Stacks and Lightning, the expanding Bitcoin frontier. The Bitcoin L2 landscape is exploding in 2025. It's not just these two. You have Rootstock, RSK, an older project bringing EVM-compatible smart contracts via a sidechain. There's the Liquid Network, a federated sidechain focused on faster, confidential transactions between exchanges and traders. Newer players are making noise too. Merlin Chain, leveraging ZK rollups for Bitcoin. Dovi and Satoshi VM, exploring EVM compatibility. Map Protocol focusing on interoperability. Zulu Network with a dual-layer architecture. B-Squared Network promising ZK-powered DeFi. And the whole BTC FI narrative encompasses even more protocols trying to build lending, borrowing, derivatives, and yield opportunities directly tied to Bitcoin, often utilizing these L2s or innovative bridging technologies. How might you dip your toes in, carefully? Generally, it involves getting a wallet compatible with the specific L2, like Xverse or Lether for Stacks, or a Lightning-enabled wallet like Wallet of Satoshi or Phoenix. Then, you might need to bridge your Bitcoin from the main chain to the layer 2, a process that itself carries risks. Once on the L2, you can interact with its specific apps, staking STX, using a DeFi protocol, opening Lightning channels. Always start small and understand the specific steps and risks for each platform. Warning zone. Layer 2 risks are real. This isn't just free Bitcoin raining from the sky. Engaging with Bitcoin L2s, especially for yield, comes with significant dangers. Smart contract risk. DeFi apps on L2s can have bugs or exploits. Funds can be drained instantly. Audits help, but aren't foolproof. Bridge risk. Moving your precious BTC from Layer 1 to Layer 2 relies on bridges. These bridges are prime targets for hackers. A bridge exploit could mean your bridged BTC vanishes. Platform risk. Some L2s or DeFi apps might have centralized components or dependencies that could fail or rug pull. Impermanent loss. If you provide liquidity to a DeFi pool, e.g., BTC, STX, price fluctuations can mean you end up with less value than if you just held the original assets. Complexity. This is way more complicated than just buying and holding Bitcoin. One wrong click, one misunderstood transaction, and your funds could be lost. Experimental tech. Many Bitcoin L2 solutions are much newer and less battle-tested than their Ethereum counterparts. Expect bumps in the road. So, back to the main question. Can Bitcoin Layer 2s grow your BTC faster now, in mid-2025? The potential is undeniably there. Stacks offers a direct BTC yield mechanism. DeFi on various L2s presents opportunities for lending, liquidity providing, and farming. The Lightning Network allows participation in scaling payments. These platforms are unlocking Bitcoin's potential beyond just being digital gold. However, the yields aren't guaranteed, and the risks are significantly higher than simply HODLing on Layer 1. Earning substantial yield often requires technical know-how, active management, and a strong stomach for volatility and risk. For most people, especially beginners, jumping headfirst into complex BTC DeFi strategies is probably ill-advised. But for the technically savvy and risk-tolerant, exploring these emerging Layer 2 opportunities could offer new avenues for increasing their Bitcoin stack. So, Bitcoin Layer 2s are finally trying to make your BTC do more than just sit there. Yield farming, DeFi, lightning fast payments. The potential is electrifying, and the ecosystem is growing rapidly in 2025. But remember, this is still the wild frontier, packed with experimental tech and hidden pitfalls. Faster growth? Maybe. Higher risk? Absolutely.